The Victorian government has just passed laws allowing energy companies to seize farmland for renewable energy projects. And that's before environmental studies are even completed.
If one government's doing that, who's going to stop other state governments from doing the same thing? It's just absolute bullshit, really.
At one time, we were buying land for $7.50 an acre, and that same land has sold recently for 10.
You know, this is similar to Australia, really. Like, you know, the price of land has gone up so much.
But we've got these public servants, so-called politicians, selling up our agricultural land to overseas government investors.
Absolute disgrace. These farms should be staying in Australian hands. Foreign governments should not be allowed to buy Australian agricultural land. Welcome to Dollars in the Dirt. I'm Brecken Curtis, and this is where we break down the finance side of farming so you can grow your operation, buy that next property, and build real wealth. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back. Here we are going to do some more reactions to some viral videos that are online at the moment. Let's see how we go with these ones. I can see exactly how people are feeling right now. This is, you know, fertilizer prices going up, fuel prices are going up. You know, people feel like they're rowing down this river, I'm sure. It's just crazy at the moment and means we need to have a plan, understand where our business is heading, and so we're not in that canoe going down the creek at the moment.
At one time, we were buying land for $7.50 an acre, and that same land has sold recently for 10.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way a cow will make that work.
Right. Yeah, and y'all got good country up there, like you said.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
y'all's stock to a cow to 5 acres or something?
Mm-mm.
You know, this is similar to Australia, really. Like, you know, the price of land has gone up so much that you really need to make sure that if you're looking to expand your business, that the viability is there and that it really makes sense for your business. And, you know, unfortunately, for people trying to enter the industry, it's getting harder and harder, but it's no different. These guys are in the States, obviously, and the price of land in the US is skyrocketed just like it has here in Australia. So making sure it's a really good fit for your business is really important in Australia as well as the US by the looks of this. Yeah, it's, you know, obviously if you've already owned some land and looking to expand, it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, you still need to make sure it's profitable and makes sense to expand your business in a way that that you're not putting it under too much pressure if the land's too expensive to what you're going to produce off it.
But we've got these public servants, so-called politicians, selling up our agricultural land to overseas government investors. I haven't got a problem with a Chinese family, Dutch family, whoever, that want to come here the right way with their paperwork so we know who they are. But overseas government investors buying up $244 million worth of our agricultural land in one hit is an absolute bloody disgrace.
Absolute disgrace. You know, these farms should be staying in Australian hands, not, you know, foreign governments should not be allowed to buy Australian agricultural land. Like, we need to stop this, and I just don't know if everyone's aware of what's going on. We've seen a lot of, you know, foreign investment over time, but, you know, I think Australian farmers run Australian land better than what overseas investors do. So as an industry, we need to really get behind Australian farmers and make sure that we keep Australian farmland in Australian hands. Just quickly, if you're tired of explaining your operation to a new bank manager every year, only to get a one-size-fits-all deal that doesn't fit your business, we can help. At Seasoned Finance, we do things differently. We've got over 70 years of combined experience in agricultural lending, and we work for you, not the banks. We're the consistent expert team in your corner, fighting to get the finance that actually helps you grow, purchase the next property, and build your legacy. Don't leave money on the table. If you're looking at your next move or just want a second opinion on your current setup, click the link in the show notes to book a confidential, no obligation chat with the team, and we'll show you what's possible. Righto guys, now back to the episode.
If you care about Australian farmers, if you care where your food comes from, share this. The Victorian government has just passed laws allowing energy companies to seize farmland for renewable energy projects. And that's before environmental studies are even completed. That's right, they can take farmland for renewable energy projects.
When is this bullshit going to end? You know, we need to make sure that, you know, renewable energy is not being taken from Australian farmland. Like, this is just crazy. And I can see why everyone's up in arms over this, and the Victorian government shouldn't be allowed to do this, and we need to make sure that our farmers are looked after and that land is not being taken off them for no reason. I think if, you know, one government's doing that, You know, who's going to stop other state governments from doing the same thing? It's just absolute bullshit, really. That's a really good video around, you know, succession planning and the need to make sure that you've got a plan sorted out for your family. And, you know, most farmers don't see they're being owners of the land, they're more custodians of the land and passing it down to the next generation. And, you know, that video really hits home clear around having that plan sorted and who's going to take over the land in the next generation is really important. I think a lot of farmers do think long term, but you know, actually getting that plan sorted out and nutted out with the family is really important. And the earlier you do that, the better. The farmers that do it successfully do it early. They don't leave it to the last minute. They don't let, you know, wills dictate how succession it's worked out while everyone's alive. And there's a plan for the kids coming along and what their future looks like. And it's all clearly mapped out in front of them. Thanks, guys. Thanks for looking at those episodes, those reactions to some of those viral videos at the moment. Look forward to catching up in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in to Dollars in the Dirt. If you've got value from today's episode, make sure to subscribe so you never miss the insights you need to grow your business. And if you're ready to stop being just another number to the banks, visit Season Finance via the link in the show notes. Remember to follow us on socials and catch you next time.